Would you trade Peyton Manning for Drew Brees right now?
No. No, and here's what I have a problem with everybody that is down on Peyton Manning. He didn't have to come to Denver. Could have chosen Tennessee,
any number of teams, yeah.
San Francisco,
Sure.
despite Harbaugh's. I mean, if he'd gone to San Francisco, they probably would have won a couple of Super Bowls with the talent they had defensively before it's fallen apart.
Unless he and Jim Harbaugh killed each other.
I think we owe people. I think I'm owed for what I've accomplished in my life. I'm owed.
What do I owe you?
What
do we all owe you?
But I'm owed the right. I think there.
Because if you want a check, I'll write a check right now.
I think you've done a lot for the community. You're owed the right. But Paige came in and gave 3 great years, great historic championship years, and people that want to replace him. He's within scope of 2 of the greatest records of all time, and you want to replace him with Brock Osweiler? Peyton deserves passing Brett Favre. He has been the greatest passing quarterback in the history of this league. He needs to pass him in victories. So people are not taking that. They're goofy fans. They're not paying attention to what's going on. He didn't have to come here. He has given us 3 years of great entertainment. It's not over. I think he's smart enough to figure out what's going on. We're a third of the way through the season. So you want to trade him for Drew Brees, who's done nothing for Denver? He's never been here. No, I would never do that. I mean, I think it would be interesting for Peyton to go to his hometown where he grew up. His family still lives in the Garden District.
Yeah.
That might be a nice touch next year. If you want to do that
if he wants to play one more year. I'm with you. Look, they're 5-0. So I'm not trading Peyton for anybody. They're 5-0, and I do believe if
this
Tom
Brady.
Hold on. Well, yeah, I take that back. I trade him for Tom
Aaron
Brady.
Rodgers?
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers too.
Andy Dalton?
Andrew Luck, Andy Dalton. I'm not so sure.
Andrew Luck?
And I believe if the offensive line starts to play better,
RG3?
Peyton will look more like Peyton Manning. But if you ask me it this way, if you say to me, who would you want a quarterback right now, Peyton Manning or Drew Brees? I think I'd say Drew Brees. For a few reasons. Number one, he's younger.
What's he doing? He's
3 years.
sticking up the judge.
No, wait. I wouldn't go that far.
Have you seen the Saints and all this year?
The Saints are bad, but I don't think he's the reason they're that bad. He did turn the ball over a couple of times in the last 3 times in the last game. But if you look at the numbers, he's thrown 6 touchdown passes against only 3 interceptions. He's thrown for between 335 and 359 yards. Big numbers. 3 out of his 4 games this year. Is he able to carry that team himself? No, they're a bad team around him. But Drew Brees is playing at a much higher level now than Peyton Manning.
Not to attract attention upon myself, but if Demaryius Thomas didn't stop dropping passes in the end zone, if Owen Daniels would make a catch every once in a while, Peyton Manning could be throwing for 300 yards. You heard me last night. It was not on camera. The first question to me from Because I said to you, we said, well, who do you want to ask? And I said, you want to ask me a question? He said, yeah. What's wrong with Peyton?
Yeah.
Is his arm
That
gone?
was from Wayne Gretzky.
And I said, he needs help. He's getting no help. You're talking about Josh McCown? Peyton Manning's getting no help. Who is the one person helping him? Emmanuel Sanders.
Yeah.
Who are tight ends helping him?
No.
Are running backs helping
No.
him? Is the offensive line helping him? Is Virgil Green helping him? No. Owen Daniels? Is Norwood helping him? No. Every once in a while. Benny Fowler?
A little bit.
A little bit. He's getting, there are 11 guys on the offense. They're probably 17 playing, 18. He's getting help from one guy. The most valuable player on this team is probably Emmanuel Sanders.
On offense, yeah.
Maybe the most valuable player on this team, because without Emmanuel Sanders, they're garbage. They're already bad. Demaryius Thomas is not playing up to his contract or his past or anything. Owen Daniels is not the Pro Bowler. Virgil Green, they brought him back. They're out picking tight ends off the street. The offensive line is terrible. It is terrible. Oh, it's getting better. Well, it has to get better. It can't get any worse than what it is. The running backs are terrible. Peyton Manning, Gary said it, everybody wants to put it on number 18. Well, no, he's getting no help, and that's what I told Wayne Gretzky last night. And Wayne really has an affection for people like John Elway at the end of his career.
Sure.
He and Michael Jordan, and you know, people tend to forget Gretzky and Jordan and Elway went into business. It didn't succeed.
Oh, I know that one. MVP.com.
How do you know that one?
I invested.
Oh.
I invested. Yeah.
And I mean, so they have a love for each other. And he was
Yeah, well, I have no love for them. I lost money in that
He was
venture.
calling Elway Johnny. He's the only
Yeah.
guy I ever heard that says,
Yeah.
"How's Johnny doing?"